Welcome to Shadow the Broker. We are making RPG cards today. So this is part of our system for an upcoming marathon. We're doing Mask of the Pirate Queen on Boxing Day, December 26th. And for that, we've got about 14 people signed up, but there's only space for 6. Usually we do missions, well, when we have that many people signed up, we'll do a double session. So either 2 sessions separately or 1 session with up to 12 people. But for that, especially with the holidays, we're just going to do the 6. However, for spectators, I thought about how to get them involved without adding actual characters, NPC characters onto the map, in addition to NPC foes. And so I'm a fan of RPG card games, and I thought, hey, what about having RPG cards of everyone's PCs? So that's what we'll be doing today, and I'm just running a quick tutorial on how to make those in Google Slides, which is a really powerful tool that you'll see as we go along. All right, so we are back, and we're going to be making Hank's card together. So the first thing, it's pretty simple with just basing this off of someone else's card as a template. So we will just switch. Actually, I'll do that capital letters. Hank, and what is your title?
Jedi Hobo?
Really?
Yeah,
That's on the spreadsheet?
I don't have that in the spreadsheet, but I could put that. He's a Jedi Hobo, unless you could think of something different.
Okay, well, we'll go with Jedi Hobo then.
Yeah.
And then what's your quote?
There is no emotion. There is peace. There is no death. There is the force. Force. There is
Let's
no.
keep it just to one line. So, yeah,
Okay. There is
there's
no.
no emotion, there's peace.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got that, and we're probably going to want to replace some of these pictures, obviously. These are Rogesh's disguises, so you can just move them over to the side. So whatever is actually in the document itself is the only thing that will actually be created into the image once you export it. So click on, what you can do is you can go to the image, and I'll actually let you do this part. So go to the image of Ragesh and then right click, and then you're going to go down to replace image and then find an image that you want to use for Hank. Do you have a pretty high-res image of Hank that you can use? Leslie? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
I can hear you.
Okay, Leslie, can you hear me?
Leslie, you're muted if you're not aware.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't aware. I'm sitting here talking. Yeah.
Okay.
When I'm going into the Google Drive, it won't let me switch back to this, so I'll just leave my mic open. Okay.
Okay. So with the picture, if you right click it, you can do replace image. And do you have a high-res image of Hank that we can use?
I'm gonna use the one that I use when I give to you as the token. Does that work?
If it's high-res, sure. So just go in and right-click it, and then go to replace image, and then find that image on your computer, and then just add that in.
Does that work?
Yeah, that's a little pixelated on my end. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, it's a little bit low res, but
Let's see if we can do something about that though, because let's see. Do you, yeah, that's pretty low res.
That's probably the best that I have.
Okay. We may need to. Yeah, well, we'll stick with this for now. So, and then all you have to do is just go in and replace the text, and that's. I'm not gonna. Well, might as well do that for now. So, go ahead and copy text from the spreadsheet into here. However, one of the tricks that you want to do is when you cut and paste, do Control Shift V, and what that does is that will that'll copy without formatting.
Control. Where's control at? Oh, there it is. Control Shift. You say Control Shift V,
Well,
correct?
yeah, like Control C and then Control V, but instead of that, you do Control C and then Control Shift V, so that wherever you're copying from, you only paste um, the unformatted text. So actually, you can start from the top, but I will find your file real quick and let's see.
This is going to be real easy.
Yeah.
All right, let me get to the file.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and start putting in the text for the ones up top, and then I'll work from the bottom.
Okay, I'm trying to get to the file. So,
Once again, whenever you're in Google Drive, just put the file name in the search, so SotB, hero cards, and that'll pop up the file. You can go
okay.
directly to it. It's a great thing about Google Drive.
Right. This is it.
So you can just copy the cell. You don't have to go into the actual text itself. As long as you copy the cell and do Control Shift V, it'll just paste the text.
Okay, Tommy.
So
I'm a
I'll
little
let you do the
slow.
first one.
As I'm editing mine in Photoshop, I'm suddenly discovering that I need to shorten my text descriptions.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm in the card. Excuse me.
So yeah, just select the cell that you've got and then just do Control C and then go into here and do Control V over the text that you want to replace.
Control Shift V. Wow. Okay, switch over here. And paste is what? Control what?
Well, we're doing a special sort of paste, so we're just doing Control Shift V. The shift makes it so that the formatting is not brought over. Control V would probably work. It's just that when you're copying a cell, it might try to actually copy the cell itself. So with the little bounding box and everything.
All right, so I did my when I went over to the hero cards, I did Control Shift V,
No,
and now
you're doing you're doing copy and paste. So you do Control C to copy, and then you come over here and do Control Shift V to paste.
okay.
And actually, I'm going to double check because we may not even need to do Control Shift V. Yeah, we do. So as you can see, I just did Control V with Nimpei's Cooking, another card, and
Mm-hmm.
that's keeping all the formatting from the spreadsheet, which is what we don't want. So that's why we do Control Shift V instead of Control V.
Control Shift V.
All right, and then just go through the text that's not the title and just unbold it. So Control B.
Control.
Well, just the text that's not the title. So now just bold the title. All right, cool. So I'll move some of these other things out of the way here that aren't related to your character. And then we're going to change the color theme here a bit. So the easiest way to do it is, and I'll do this first box. We go up to the top and do Control A, and what that does is it selects every element within this so that you can easily go in. So first we're going to change the, go up to the menu bar and you're going to see a fill color line. I'm going to move Ragesh's picture to like where that is. So do you see that, the fill color?
Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, I think that since you've got a green lightsaber, that a green theme would work well. So I'm going to try a light green background. Now that's a little too light, a little too subtle. Maybe something like that. Let me try this one. Actually, let's try a dark green, and then since we've got the text colored, I'm just trying something different. Yellow on green, I don't know if I like that. Maybe a little lighter.
Yeah, red and green are opposites.
Where's this fill color button?
It's over where Ragesh's picture is. If you look above him, there's a fill color. It's a little paint bucket that's dumping. You have to have the text selected though, or the element selected that you want to actually fill. If there's nothing to fill, that won't show up. So in other words, click on any of the boxes and then that fill will pop up.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah, what I'm doing though is that since I want to change multiple elements at the same time, that's why I'm also selecting the text in there too, so that we can change everything all at once. I'm going to go back to a lighter green. I'm going to go to that, and then I'm going to make the text inside there. Ooh, no, that's a little too fluorescent. That hurts my eyes.
It's like neon.
Look like a lightsaber though.
Actually, no. Let's try something else here. I'm actually going to go all the way into black here, and then for your text, try that neon again. But I think that actually doesn't look so bad now that it's bounded by black.
It looks more matrixy.
Huh. It does look Matrix-like. Not bad.
I'm going to change
Or Fallout, I
that
suppose.
to... Yeah, I like that matches the colors of the lightsaber. So to affect the line, next to the fill bucket is the line color. And then you can also, after that one is line weight, so you can change the weight and how thick that line is. So I'm going to move down to Leslie's main picture, and we'll do the same thing with the line color. And then same thing for the others. And you can also select multiple ones where you can press shift, and so I've selected both his ability text box and the Shadow the Broker text box, and we're going to change everything at the same time there. So it'll be that, and then the fill for those will be black. Whoops. Nope. And then the text. And here we go. So there, and I think that matches the lightsaber pretty well.
Right.
And also, too, you're no longer a hobo, though. I mean, now you're, I would say something else like...
Wanderer is a much better word than hobo.
I like Wanderer, yes, Jedi Wanderer.
Yes.
Or exile. You can do exile.
That's a good one, too.
Are you really exiled though if they're extinct?
I would almost say
Ish.
you should just be force sensitive exile. Like the No, I'm
Because he's not
serious
quite a
because
Jedi.
I mean you're not technically Hank's not technically a Jedi, but
No, he's not.
so yeah, let me put that in there. And I know that technically force sensitive in this case is an adjective, so it probably should be hyphenated, but I don't think it's hyphenated in the book, so I'm just going to keep it that way. So force sensitive exile. Okay. All right, so we have created Hank's card. So when you've created a card, to download it, all you have to do is go to File and then Download As, and then you can download it in multiple formats. And I would say for the purposes of SotB, you should do PNG image, and so we'll do that.
PNG. PNG image.
All right, so Hank PNG I've saved to my computer, and then I'll add that to the spreadsheet in a second. All right, so we've got Hank, and let's do one more as a tutorial. And
I got one question.
yeah, sure.
If I ask. All right, so you go to File, and you go to after that. Where you go after that?
Download as.
Download as. Okay, and
then select
then
PNG.
PNG. Okay, gotcha. All right.
Yeah, the reason why PNG is preferred is that unlike JPEGs, it's a lossless format, so that there isn't any pixelation in terms of when people, well, there's less, rather, I should say,
I
than
gotcha.
JPEG. Yeah, I mean, JPEG is usually fine for high-res things, but especially since we've already got a pixelated image for you, it's PNG is nice. And actually, I'm going to change the line weight on your pictures just so that it matches the others. I think I'm going to make it 3. Yeah. Okay, did someone move that, or did I do that by accident?
I moved it and then moved it back.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. And yeah, as with all Google products, this saves as you go, which is really nice. And you can also backtrack changes. So I'm gonna do this. Don't no one else do this, but just to demonstrate. So you're like, I don't really like that idea, but I just want to go back a couple of steps. You just start doing Control Z, and you can reverse everything. And then you can do Control Y, and then take everything right back. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it is.
So you can go through multiple steps and see where you made a change that you didn't quite like, and then you can move back to that point and then go from there. So yeah, let's see. I'm going to go back to Hangouts and see who's next up. So it would be Plank. So we're going to do Goblin.
It's
And
fairly easy.
yeah, exactly. So
Oh yeah, and put your final card in the card images folder, I think.
I actually am I made a copy of Rogesh's and then followed your example on Hank's, and I now have an R2 card in the folder too.
oh, okay, perfect.
Unfortunately, I, for Goblin, haven't really been able to think of any card abilities for him.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
how about we do just kind of a little fun brainstorming session right now for that?
I suppose so.
Okay, so everyone go to Drac Goblin Ekrin.
As long as R2 is in plan.
I'm going to get rid of all this extraneous Rogesh stuff. Okay, so Rebel Bomber. And oh, another great thing about this program is that if you go into a picture, you can also do crop image. And then, as you see with Rogesh, this is actually the full image. But I was able to go in and just crop it myself. Whoops. There we go.
All right. Did we're going to another person?
Yeah, we're going to Goblin.
Okay. I guess I can close Hank then.
Alright, so I'm thinking that for Goblin on an entrance ability, something different would be that once Goblin enters play, maybe all PCs get a concussive grenade. So those aren't too powerful, but still at the same time, that's a free item for people to use. And what do you think, Blank?
Well, that sounds pretty good.
All right, so what would be a great name for that? And actually, just to get into the theme, let's change this picture. So I think I've got the original picture that your token was based off of, so I'll try to grab that for you.
You could call it Bombs Away, but that sounds more like an attack.
Yeah, I was actually thinking Bombs Away would be a good one for his final ability, since he's also leaving play.
This is just me thinking out loud, but hot potato.
I love it.
That's pretty good.
Maybe that would be like a good active ability, but I want to get a name that really calls to the fact that he is giving everybody bombs instead. Because hot potato is just one being passed from one to the next. But I do like
Load
these
up.
names. Oh, what was that?
Load up? I don't know. I got nothing. It's. Yeah, it looks better.
I think that I put his in Onslaught at Arta 1, Part 1. Somewhere around. Ah, yes, I've got a Chandra fan folder. Here we go. I'm going to reset the image just to see. Okay, yeah. So to resize things and keep the aspect ratio, you go to a corner and then you press shift and then you drag and drop. Or not drag and drop, but just drag. So there we go. And then also as you move things, it'll have a center line for you so that you can automatically center things. And so there we go. I'm going to move it up just a little bit. Put a bounding box on them. And we'll come up with a color in a second, but for now, I'll just do like that. Okay, so since we've got some names for others, let's just go down to the bottom and do Bombs Away. I like that for the exit ability. All right, so without getting too crazy here, I'm trying to think how many bombs could like be activated here. Oh, I know. How about this? That when Goblin exits play, any the PCs may choose a structure and have explosives.
Goblin go blow it up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, in other words,
that sounds like something that Goblin would do.
the party may choose an entrance or exit and have it explode open. How's that?
That sounds appropriate.
I'll put a single entrance or exit and have it explode open. Okay. And so for the active ability, and this is something that is generally once per encounter, sometimes with a Destiny flip, sometimes not. The ones with Destiny flips obviously are a little bit stronger. So,
Once per encounter may spend a triumph to activate a blast quality equal to half the damage of the current attack.
Okay, I like it. So, like, you're tossing grenades along with someone's attack. So, yeah, okay, once per encounter.
Should it be half damage or maybe just the blast of a grenade or something?
Yeah, let's say
some people can do
add
some
blast
crazy
6. Add the blast 6 quality to an attack.
Yeah, that sounds appropriate.
All right, and what should we name that?
Is that what we're doing hot potato for? I don't know if that really makes sense.
Yeah, that doesn't
That's
really
This is
doesn't
what it's
really
doing.
call it a hot potato, but
Maybe explosive rounds or something similar, or
or just
well, I'm thinking
just
that the what's
uh,
actually happening here is that someone's shooting and then goblins throwing at the same target. And so
just
that's
catch, like he's yelling catch really loud,
Sure.
or heads up. I don't know.
sorry, what was the original thing you said?
I said
Uh,
just.
how
Wait,
about
who?
fire in the hole?
That's
that
good.
works.
That's a good one.
And putting exclamations on these just it seems like that would be something that would happen. Okay.
Most things with explosions require an explanation, an explanation on it.
I'm thinking that so maybe instead of so instead of the thing where everybody gets a grenade, maybe instead because I do like the name hot potato. Instead, what it means is that the players may I'm trying to find a way to make this very succinct, but
The players
someone
pick a piece, an NPC that has a grenade thrown to them into their hands.
An activated grenade in their pocket.
yeah, I'm thinking that that's a possibility. What I have in mind is that if there's someone way in the back line, that they can now they gain long range as long as there's someone within short range of the enemy. In other words, they are hot potatoing the grenade all the way up to get past the range restriction.
That's cool.
But do you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to like get that all together in a very compact description. But I'm thinking, oh, I know, hot potato. Uh, if there is an NPC or if there's a PC within short range of if there is a PC within short range of an enemy, PCs at medium and long range may throw a grenade. Or do you know what I mean? Like, uh, oh, I know. If there's a PC within at least one PC within short range of an enemy, all grenade attacks for that round gain long range.
Grenade attacks on that enemy.
On that enemy. Yep.
Yeah.
Hot potato.
But should that be an entrance?
Yeah, I'm making the entrance ability.
That sounds more passive, but
Well, I wouldn't want that to be every single. Do you know what I mean?
sure.
That's a pretty powerful thing. For the passive, maybe what we can do is that everyone gains that special ability that Blast can activate on one advantage, I think.
That's what I was thinking too.
Okay. So hot potato.
And for the blast on one advantage, we can call it short fuse.
Great. I love
Yeah.
it. And I'm thinking that with Goblin, since he's got dark fur, but then we also have this, explosion element happening in the background there, that little sun flare thing going on. I'm thinking that maybe well, let's see how this looks. Once again, do another black background, but then have that. How's that look?
It looks really similar to the crawl text.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, yeah.
I suppose it works for him.
What's going on there, David?
Oh, nothing. I'm working on my card, and I hit a button, and then I don't know, everything went crazy. I'm
Just
glad
do
they made an
Control
undo
Z.
button. Yeah, I know. I'm glad they made an undo button. I added a little something onto my card so that it might help with any confusions that may come up if people forget what like entrance, what's an entrance ability, passive, active, or exit ability.
Well, I mean,
I
it's
just
kind of
put-
mentioned in the text, though.
Yeah, it's mentioned right in the text.
That's true. I don't know. I thought for like
I mean,
ease of
partly,
knowledge.
yeah, it's if you have enough space, feel free to do it, but it's just that sometimes space can be at a real premium.
Well, I'm not. Here's the thing, though. I'm not putting the whole word. I'm just putting like an E in parentheses for entrance, a P in parentheses for passive, an A in parentheses, and an X for exit. So I just thought, I don't know. If you want to look at my card and see if you like it, you can. If you don't have to make it.
I see it. It seems kind of redundant, but I think it's up to you. It's your card.
Yeah, I just think it would be easier to just be able to look at it like, oh, that's the entrance, instead of having to like read it and then find the one word that actually lets you know what it is.
Oh, by the way, the only thing, Plank, with switching that is that not all actives are once per encounter.
Yeah, I suppose so. I was just giving an example that that's what it could be like.
Yeah. And also, too, just as a part of the whole RPG card game, I like it when it says, when Goblin enters play.
Yeah, I suppose.
It seems more like official card game wording.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of why I really like the Photoshop template over the slides one, just because it looks more official, I guess.
Well, yeah, and once again, you're welcome to use that. It's just that not everyone has access to Photoshop.
Oh, right, yeah, I know.
And this is a pretty good alternative that's completely free, and the fact that and you can do it on a notebook or at work when you just and even people who have access to Photoshop, you don't have access to it everywhere you are. And I mean, you could do this on your phone.
Yeah, it's true. Be a little difficult on your phone, but doable. I'm going to put in the final card in the card images folder.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I got mine in there now.
So these are the templates. There's the card images folder. Then is where we're putting. Yeah. Okay, I see it. All right. I would probably have to wait until we figure out if my card is even balanced at all.
Well, go ahead and put the card image in there, and we'll talk about balance in general when we're at the chill session. So.
Yeah, you can. I mean, we won't talk about mine now because I won't be at the chill session. But.
Well, what we'll do is once people have their cards all set, just. I mean, we've got it in the spreadsheet, so we'll be going through everyone's.
Let me just.
Yeah, I just want
letting
to
me know that it has been changed if it has.
Sorry, what was that?
Just if it has changed, let me know after this still session, so I know to redo the card.
Oh, yeah. Well, we won't be touching anyone's actual text. We'll just add comments and stuff so that people can do that on their own.
I had to cut down the text a lot to get it to fit in the card.
Yeah. So actually, Plank, I don't know if that color scheme works for you. I mean, feel free to change it to whatever you prefer. I was just going through just to get a quick look.
Yeah.
All
It's not too bad for the title, but the rest of it looks kind of like starts blurring together.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Actually, what if we did the reverse? I'm just going to do that for the first box real quick.
And maybe instead of that really bright yellow, switch it to like kind of like what the edge of that little sunburst looks like. Mm-hmm. That like kind of more subdued.
Oh, I see what you mean. Let me reverse that. So let's try this, like that. How's that?
I think I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like it's better.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more toned down, and it doesn't look like the crawl text.
And you can even use more of a gray instead of the black if you wanted. I don't know, depending on.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, whoops, I chose the wrong one on that one. All right, there we go. And then I think the actual contrast. Well, let's see what it looks like if we do something crazy like, oh, whoops, I'm changing the wrong thing. All right. I'm trying to see if I can get a color close to his jacket, but not quite. I think that looks good. What about you?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
I think it looks good too.
All right, cool. So once again, just go to File and then Download as PNG, and we've got yours.